is Notsam Wrestling.
Introducing your host from New York, here is Sam Roberts.
We are at the Performance Center. It's 2K19 day.
Yes, it is.
And we're here once again with Samoa Joe.
Hey.
What's the hap, Samoa Joe?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm good. You don't have any, do you have ties, ties in your heart to the Performance Center, or did you not really spend a ton of time here when you were in
I have no
NXT?
ties to this place.
You don't?
No.
This is a foreign environment.
This is a foreign environment. This is where they tried to build people to be better than me, and they failed.
Every time, huh?
Yeah.
Every single There's a photo of you actually back there in one of the rooms.
I shouldn't say that. No, it's actually, yeah, I do. It was funny. I did come down here a lot, both for TV and for creative stuff and to film. And it's always cool to be down here with the new signees. And, they bounce stuff off of me and ask for ideas and stuff. And it's cool. It's a good environment down here.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, talking to some of the people that were here earlier about who puts a hand into what characters and everything, with just the idea that really when you have a place like this, everybody just starts throwing ideas around. I had no idea. Carmella, I was like, well, who do you credit for blah, blah, blah? Byron Saxton is the name she threw at me. And I'm like, I don't even think people associate him with creative stuff
But a lot of it is just there's kind of these open brainstorming sessions and characters and stuff will come out. Or sometimes you'll say something kind of funny off end and someone will be like, hey, that was kind of charismatic of you for once. Maybe we should actually start doing that. So
you came across likable and interesting.
Yeah, my goodness, I didn't think it was possible. So you kind of go from there.
Did you, after everything you had done in wrestling, was there anything that you came here and started to learn? Like, wow, I thought I was kind of done. I thought I was cooked.
How little Matt Bloom actually does.
Is that right?
Yeah. Just a real tyrant. Storms out now. But Bloom's awesome, and Sarah, and they run a very tight ship here and stuff. But I think if I picked up anything from here, it was a lot more production stuff. A lot of more behind the scenes stuff and ideas about how we film stuff and what we're looking for. And it was stuff that I had an idea about, but it was definitely sharpened here, and it's been cool.
So the thing that the Undisputed Era guys said too, it's the skills and things that you start to realize, this is a lifetime business. There's stuff outside of the ring that I can learn how to do.
Absolutely.
And contribute.
And that's kind of a cool thing too here is that they have other facilities and they bring in coaches and people from other industries and stuff, so you can work on those things. And, I think you've been upstairs, you've seen the broadcast booths and the promo booths and everything, and it's an endless resource. If you want to come here and sharpen your skills and sharpen your character, you can definitely do that.
It really does. I feel like this place is just the excuse eliminator.
Yeah.
So it's it's all here.
Yeah.
Just use it if you want. And if you don't come.
I've heard, hey, they just shouldn't give me the support that I needed. And if you don't get in this place, wasn't much to support in the first place.
So, we talked before SummerSlam, obviously, the last time. People loved the interview. They found out Samoa Joe was for the children.
This is actually I've one of the few. I've been under duress when Have done past interviews.
I hate to hear that.
Yes, not bad duress, but I had lost bets, and we have ridiculous bets, and they're never the punishments are never something really cruel. It's just something really awkward that only makes that person laugh. So. Going back to think of our first interview when we had the whole BDC down there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So So I had lost. I'd lost in a fighting game tournament. We won't talk about the game. And my friend, who's a comedian, a terrible one by the way, and he'll tell you that he has the worst 10 minutes I've ever seen ever. He jokingly said, you should look like a bored rapper.
Oh my God.
In the interview. And so the whole time I was on my phone, I was acting like a bored rapper.
You really were.
Which I was going to tell you at the Carolyn's interview just because it just doesn't come up and I never think about it. And at the Carolyn's interview, I remember that. He's like, oh, how are you doing the live podcast with Sam? Yeah, he goes, can you act like a jilted comic? And I was like, so I did the whole arm on the microphone, glasses. And to which I am a hero to these dumb group of friends that I play games with. But so the rest of the world are just like, why is he up there acting so moody?
that makes me feel like even more of a professional, but I can plow through whatever weird bet you've lost and get an interview out of you.
I like how it always comes back to you.
Yeah.
Because it's just
this is about,
because he has Serious Radio. He's like, oh, it's a Serious Radio guy. That's do it on there.
Well, I love it. I had no idea that.
I
mean, as I
it was
pointed
funny
out
after I got done. I was like, at some point I should tell Sam.
Not just a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, he seems really cordial and easy to get along with off camera.
Yeah, off camera. But
I don't know what that is.
Really clams up on stage.
When you had the match at SummerSlam with AJ, first of all, how'd you feel about it?
It was fun.
Yeah. When you find out that it's a disqualification, which is like it's a risk because we've seen good matches end in disqualification. The crowd turns on them like, we're at SummerSlam. What do you mean a disqualification? Like, you really have to make it count. And I think you guys did, right? Like, you guys, the story that you guys told.
And I agree with that sentiment.
Right.
If it's gonna go bad, make it go all the way bad. So,
right.
I mean, I think that was kind of the, my thoughts, and it resonated. So I guess we're good.
Yeah, and so you do think about that. You're like, you know what? If we're gonna tell a story that goes here at SummerSlam, like, we really have to pay attention to the details on the way there, so that people are on board the whole way.
Absolutely.
People talk about being afraid of heat. Like, there are those that are like, wow, he didn't want to piss people off that much or whatever it is. You don't strike me as that type of person at all.
Nope.
It's never bothered you.
Nope.
Is that just because you're a tunnel vision guy who's got a job to do and that's it?
No, because it's because I'm reasonably intelligent and I understand my actions are why there's heat. I don't look into a fire hose and expect not to get wet, and
right.
I don't act like a hole on TV and expect people not to hate me. So I just it's if you're worried about heat and pissing people off, we should maybe go back to dentist school. It's better for you.
Yeah, that's kind of what a big part of this business is.
Yeah,
right? The money comes in from being one of two people, either the guy that people hate or the guy that people don't hate.
Yeah.
And at some point, you got to be both guys.
You got to
right?
be both guys.
Yeah. Do you find it difficult though? Like, people talk about, or you watch people have difficulty getting boos just because people like them so much. And I feel like you're in that camp. Like, everybody, if you pulled a wrestling fan aside and said, what do you think about Samoa Joe? People like you. They like the journey you've been on. They like the work that you do in the ring. They like the promos. They like the interviews. Mm-hmm. Even if you're pretending to be a jilted comic, they like the interviews.
It's very convincing. I felt very bullish up there.
Do you sit there and go like, okay, how do I convince these guys that I'm a bad guy?
No, not at all. Because, listen, you people are fickle. like you're not that complicated of creatures. And really, it takes one or few of the right placed words said in the right way to turn you into complete, utter animals. I've come to that understanding a long time ago. And just know, I will continue to use that knowledge throughout the rest of my life.
This isn't wrestling. This is life.
Let's be honest. You guys, you're not that dedicated to your views. As long as somebody pisses you off or makes you sad or says something mean, you're gonna listen. I know these things, and it's not that hard.
This is where you're a master. Is realizing that if you can tap into people's emotions, all of a sudden the logic
just right out the window.
It goes out their other ear, and the emotion takes over, and you're like, "Well, I got you now."
Absolutely, yeah. Now we're just. It's a Godfather,
Right, exactly. Speaking of emotions, and 2K19, that is where a lot of people's emotions come out in these video games.
Absolutely.
You talked about being a gamer and kind of, but using games to kind of get away from everything.
Yep.
Does the emotional side in you come out? Are you an angry
I'm
gamer?
not an angry. I'm not an angry gamer, as we call it, an AJ gamer. I'm not.
Does he get upset?
Oh, he's ridiculous. He's a big child.
Wendy has to bear the brunt of that.
Apparently, poor woman. By the way, struggling so hard to keep that family together in this difficult time.
I've heard.
So yeah, I'm. Hey, listen, the games are made to be enjoyed and for enjoyment. So I try not to take them too seriously. Though we do have a very competitive streak when it comes to certain fighting games backstage.
So is that why you're able to not be emotional about it, because you just win?
Yeah.
That's the secret, isn't it?
Win, no matter what.
Yeah, the games are only going to make you happy if you just keep victories.
Just victories,
Victories nonstop. Well, I hope for victories nonstop for you
I know
in your
you do,
life.
Sam.
You
I know
know,
you do, Sam.
and I don't mean. And again, we're not talking about wrestling. We're talking about life.
Life.
Okay, I want life victories
Yeah.
for you. wherever you go.
I appreciate that. I
appreciate you giving me the time, Samoa Joe.
Hey, well, when they force me, I try to do my best to accommodate them.
There's really not much you could do as long as those checks cash.
Oh, yeah. It's got to cash, right? Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We're good. Thank you, Samoa Joe.
Thank you, man.